All right, so today we're gonna be talking about let me see, fear of failure. Wow, fear of failure. Scared? I already failed before. I already spoke about this shit before. I gotta talk about it again. I want to speak about it today. So, fear of failure. Usually, most people fear. It's not necessarily failure; it's what comes with it, which is some sort of public humiliation or public embarrassment. And to be honest, this is where most people get stuck at. You know, you get stuck at this from young and it carries out throughout the rest of your life. You are scared of public embarrassment. You're scared of causing a scene. You're scared of what a group of people may think of you. And that's just, from a logical standpoint, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. But to an emotional stand of view, like, I understand it, I get it. I still fear that up to a certain degree, and it's just not comfortable to be in a situation where you are essentially criticized or ostracized, if I'm using that word correctly, because of what you weren't able to do, what you weren't able to accomplish. All right. But look, though, putting all that shit to the side, right? You do realize that eventually you'll die. Like, there's no way out of this. There's no way out of that shit. So you're gonna die. And after you die, I don't really know where you go or what you will leave. But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that you don't want to be in your deathbed and look back, and that's when you finally realize, oh shit, man, fuck, man. I wish I would have done that. Why the fuck was I scared? Because somebody would have said something? Man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done, I think I would rather be humiliated, quote unquote, I guess, like, or be embarrassed by trying to do something new, attempting to do something. Because really, who are people to judge me? Nobody can judge me. If you believe in God, then only God can judge you, right? So apply that to your daily life. I mean, shit. Nobody can judge you, man, and you can't judge nobody either. It goes both ways. So if you see somebody trying something new, trying to be, I don't know, but trying to be something, trying to make something out of themselves, right? And you criticize them simply because they're trying something different, that should tell you more about yourself than about the person you're criticizing. You're vocalizing your own insecurities. You're projecting them onto someone else who is actually going over the fact that they're scared and the fact that they are embarrassed. And even with all of that, they choose to act instead of fear, in the presence of fear. Like, that's called bravery. Like, if you're trying something, especially if you're not comfortable with it, you're brave. Like, that's what you are. People may call you whatever they want to call you, but what's that going to really do to you? Like, what is that going to do to you? A few comments, people making fun of you, people making posts about you, maybe, I don't know. People can do all of that. People can laugh, whatever. But now you gotta answer the question, like, what is that really going to do, though? Like, nothing. Nothing. You have to choose what affects you and what doesn't. people speaking about you is out of your control. You don't know what they do in their private time or whatever. You don't know what they do. You don't know how they think. You don't know what their daily situation is. You don't know none of that. And you're worried about what they may think of you in their free time. They may be talking shit about you. That shouldn't matter, man. That shouldn't matter. But it does to a lot of people. It does to me to a certain degree. And the only way to get over that, right, is to go through it. So you have to be willing to be embarrassed, and you have to be willing to fail flat. You gotta fall flat on your face and see that, what, it's nothing. Every time you think about quitting because of someone else, you should remember yourself that what's the cost? What is it going to cost me? Should I just avoid pursuing my aspirations because of someone else's idea of me? What is that going to cost you? It's going to cost you the sense of fulfillment in the future, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of pride in a sense in what you achieved. You're going to miss out on the whole process and essentially changing as a person or growing as a person because you just didn't commit. Choose to commit yourself to the process, man. You gotta ignore the noise, ignore all the bullshit, and do what you gotta do. Shit. I'm not too confident in a lot of things that I do. Do it for long enough, and I will become somewhat more comfortable with it. And yeah, so in order to deal with that, you have to go through that. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off right here. All right.